Hello. Welcome to Half Mental, the show that is 90% baseball and the other half mental.
It's Hello Mother.
Hello. Sorry, man. I knew that didn't feel right.
Hello.
Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental. I'm Fernando Tatis Jr.
And I'm Clayton Kershaw.
Cool.
It's going to be fun striking you out a couple nights. How are you? Are you
good?
So now that the Padres beat your team, are you a Padres fan?
Man, I was in a really weird headspace going into game 3. Like, I didn't even really want the Cardinals to win.
You actually said that to me like even before the game started.
It's the first time I've ever had that feeling. It was like, well, I want to watch the Padres play the Dodgers in a series. And like, my team is not like the Cardinals aren't better than the Padres.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So it was very strange.
So we're recording on Monday night, and I on my other shoulder am watching the Yankees play the Rays.
So the Astros have already beaten the A's
in a wild game.
In 10-5 was the final?
I think it was like 10-8.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Maybe not. I could be wrong there. And yeah, the Yankees are playing the Rays right now. It's a 4-3 game, but the Rays have the bases loaded. So
crazy.
Anything can happen. Carlos Correa had a really big game.
2 home runs.
So if you're still mad, then you're still mad, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, like he thinks he's going to hit enough home runs that we don't care.
Oh, it was 10-5. You're right.
About what happened.
I know. That was such a stupid thing to say. I wish he would just not bring it up.
Yeah. It was a really weird thing to say.
I
think. Okay, so I think sort of big picture, one of the interesting things this series is every matchup is a divisional matchup.
Yeah.
I think even outside of the A's and Astros, things are probably going to get a little chippy, right?
It 100% is. The Central has just been eliminated from baseball, basically.
Yeah, the Central no longer is participating in the season.
Yeah, it should be a really wild round. And like, I don't know. It's going to be fun. I'm kind of bummed. And I think...
Why are you bummed?
I think that, well, I just wish that the Padres could play the Dodgers in the NLCS.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think it's cool that it's all divisional, and let's concentrate on Dodgers Padres first for just a few minutes here.
Oh, sure.
So what do you think they're going to announce? They've got to announce by 10 a.m. tomorrow if Clevenger and Lamet are in. And I've seen a lot of buzz around Clevenger and Lamet out. And then I've seen
the last I heard is that Clevenger is more likely than Lamet.
Yeah.
I mean, if Clevenger has any chance of throwing a pitch, you've got to have him on the roster.
Right.
Even if it's you put him on and you have to wait a few days. You can't. I mean, imagine if he can pitch game 5.
Right.
Like, that would be amazing. Because one of the different things is there's no days off.
Right.
So Buehler would be coming back on short rest for game 5 even.
Yeah.
Which I think they expect to do, but it is what it is.
Right. So, yeah, it's just like, I feel like without those two starters, the Dodgers' chances are exponentially higher at moving past the Padres.
I mean, the Dodgers are better in all facets of the game than the Padres. which is amazing because the Padres are really good.
Right.
Right? Like
the Padres just get this, like, someone asked me today, like, how do you feel about the Padres? I was like, they thrive off energy that they create. So if we can, I mean, it's the most like basic, like if we score more points than the other team, we will win the game. But like, if you can prevent them from having a moment,
come for the good looks and stay for the hard hitting analysis.
Yeah. If you can prevent them from creating that moment.
Yeah.
I think we could be done with this series by Thursday. But if they create that moment, I think the Padres could win the series. Like, I mean,
yeah,
they just thrive off of energy.
I wasn't prepared for Trevor Rosenthal being good again.
I know, that's
like
so
ever.
Weird.
It's like I feel really funny about it.
And he throws real hard, doesn't he? Like he's
like harder than he used to.
It's weird. Yeah,
I mean, he was like sitting 102 against the Cardinals.
That's crazy.
And the Cardinals scored some runs against him, but obviously, I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I just think that it's just funny because every time I like try and think about it, which is dangerous, like I just start thinking way too much about the series. I'm ready for it to start. This has been a long gap in between series.
Yeah, so I hate the two-day gap.
Yeah.
I can't believe Major League Baseball let a Saturday and Sunday happen without baseball in this situation.
I went off about that this weekend. I was like, who is in that like marketing meeting that's like, this is great. Yeah, let's have a Saturday and Sunday.
Imagine if there were 8 games on Friday and a potential 8 Saturday and 4 on Sunday.
Yeah.
It would be a legitimate reason to take a day off of work, a full day off of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. And I'm sure, I mean, they want to be done with the World Series by November 1st or whatever. And I understand all those things, but God, it was just a total mess.
Yeah, I agree.
Another real quick reflection on the previous series. I love a 3-game series.
Oof.
I thought the 3-game series was awesome. It was really fun. Yeah. I thought about baseball more in those couple days than I have in a long time.
I mean, it's
like,
just
like years. And I think about baseball a lot.
Yeah. It's just so scary.
I know.
I guess that kind of goes along with what I was going to say. Like, I feel like I keep looking at the Padres and I'm like, well, I mean, the Cardinals played them pretty hard. Like, and obviously I like the Cardinals, but like, they're not great this year.
Yeah.
So like, that makes me feel pretty good. But then if you looked at the Dodgers Brewers series, like we made the Brewers look pretty good too.
Yeah. You guys had a pretty tight series actually.
And it also goes like against everything I say, which like when it comes playoff time, a win's a win. It doesn't matter how you get it. Like you just have to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just really need this series I need it to be like Friday or Saturday so I can
figure out how you're feeling about it.
Yeah. But at least it's one last thing, and we can go talk about other teams. Another thing I thought about is like with the Dodgers playoff history lately, at least it's like early in the, like this is what would typically be the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, Dodgers underperform, get bounced like they have done the last 10 years, then at least it's
better than losing in the World Series.
Exactly. At least the pain is just a divisional series pain.
Did you see the really hilarious hype video that somebody from San Diego put out?
Yeah, I really meant to like lead this with that.
It felt like it was like 1999. It was really awesome.
Oh my God.
And I'm not saying that like ironically, or I thought it was great. I mean, God bless those guys.
Slam Diego Love.
Yeah. I love that they used California Love.
Yeah, it was
great.
funny.
It was a nearly perfect performance.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And then we got Braves Marlins. We haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah. I mean, man, these Marlins,
Yeah.
you know, that game that Sixto Sanchez threw was unbelievable.
I think they can win 2 games in any series.
Yeah.
And they might be able to win more. I don't know enough about them. But like, I knew going in, I don't know.
I think I would feel pretty good if I were the Marlins.
Half mental faithful. I'm sure you recall me predicting the Marlins moving on. Oh, I got the National League right. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Like, I predicted the Reds.
I hated my predictions the minute we were done with them.
Yeah.
So, but I read some interesting stuff on Randy Arozarena, who who plays for the Rays. Never mind. I skipped a series.
Oh. Good. I didn't catch
My
it.
bad. Yeah. You were rolling with me, weren't you?
Come for the friendship, stay for the hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, that's right. No, but I would feel really good if I were the Marlins.
Yeah.
We actually talked about how this season allows itself for like a team that, you know, like the phrase is like, well, they don't know any better.
Right.
To just sort of like win. And it would be amazing if the Marlins could still never lose a playoff series.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Do it 3 times?
If they could keep that streak alive, that would be just so awesome.
I've been kind of wanting to buy a Marlins hat anyways.
Oh, yeah. You know, that old like green Marlins hat is pretty
It's dope. Actually kind of hard to find.
Speaking of streaks, the Minnesota Twins now hold a rough one, which is they have lost 18 consecutive postseason games, and it's the most
of any sport ever.
Sport. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's so many postseason games in a row.
Good this year. Like, I don't get it. They just like didn't even show up or something.
I mean, that includes multiple series in which they've been the better team.
Right.
So not even that they should have won the series.
Yeah, we're not exactly
win a game.
We're not even talking about like advancing. We're just saying winning a game. It's wild.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed in the last few days that I say wild a lot. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Sorry.
It's wild. Do you think that the Padres would do a bait and switch type of deal where the like Lament is actually okay, but Clevenger's definitely not going to make it? And then at the last minute, 10 a.m. tomorrow, they pencil in Lament and Clevenger's out.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. What would they gain by doing that?
Just prep time.
For whom?
Dodgers hitters.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you guys played them 15
We've
times.
Never faced Clevenger.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you say, all right, we're bringing in Clevenger, and then we start hitting the iPad as hard. You know what I mean? Like
hitting the old iPad,
looking at his pitch sequences and all that. And then all of a sudden you got Lament on the mound that night. The game's tomorrow, that night. But we've faced Lament 12 innings this year. He kicked our butt.
He's not going to pitch tomorrow.
Yeah. I actually kind of think, and this isn't just hopeful because I'm not that terrible. I don't want either of those guys to be injured. I really don't. But I don't think either of them are going to be on.
Yeah.
I think those are two
I don't think so either. They both were pretty rough sounding injuries.
Yeah, they're too serious of injuries and I'm sure they're dying too, like sure they would kill to be on, but like what is it, like bicep something for one of them, and then Clevenger's the freaking elbow.
Yeah.
His throwing elbow. Like that just can't,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
bad.
imagine that being just like better.
I wouldn't think so.
Which, I mean, speaking of injuries, we got freaking blisters all over Bueller's hands.
Yeah, I just caught some of that today. I don't know that was on my radar. He hasn't thrown more than like 76 pitches or something
Yeah,
in a long time.
Yeah, it's been like a whole season thing.
That stinks. Why does that happen?
I don't know.
That would happen with a Cardinals pitcher. I can't remember who it was. It was so weird. And like he would be pitching and he'd pitch really well, and then he'd be like, "No, I got to come out."
Yeah.
What?
And like Rich Hill always has.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if he could even throw on short rest. I really love the way our 5-day pitching rotation stacks up against the Padres.
Well, yeah, and
especially because like if they have these two injured pitchers, like
they don't have anybody.
They're in trouble.
Okay, should we start talking about the next series and see in what manner you start talking about the Dodgers again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So A's, Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Astros already have a 1-game edge.
Okay.
And
that's just like if the Dodgers were to win game 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
That's right. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this Astros team, man.
It's not going to happen.
Hitting home runs.
So they seem like they have some of their like swagger back.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for that.
George Springer's was 4 for 4.
Just like even like they're like having fun playing baseball again. I feel like I haven't seen that from them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is the prediction part of the show. Is that what you're going into?
Oh, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
This is the analysis portion of the show.
Got it. Carlos Correa had a huge game. I think we already talked about that.
It's a loose show outline. I understand. It might be confusing.
The Astros looked good today.
I saw an interesting tidbit on the Astros pitching staff. Zach Greinke has 2,600 and some odd career innings, and the rest of the Astros postseason pitching staff combined has 1,600 innings. It's like Greinke and a bunch of rookies.
Yeah, they have so many rookies.
I mean, Lance McCullers been around for a few years, but he was injured for like 1.5 of them.
Yeah, the ball was really carrying in LA today. They're playing the games in LA. I'm sure everyone knows that. And there was a home run that McCullers gave up, and he just like, I think everyone thought it was just a routine pop fly to center field. And once it landed in the bleachers, he's just like, he like threw his hands up like this. I was wondering if the center fielder was like, is he mad at me?
Like, what did he think I was going to do there?
Yeah, I can't catch that ball. Yeah. I think that's going to be an interesting series. I'm going to say that the A's win it, though.
It's a bold prediction, given that we already know what happened in one of the games.
Well, I think we still have to give our predictions.
No, I know, but you're predicting that they will win 3 of the next 4 games now.
I am.
Man, I can't do that.
So don't. What's your
prediction? I'm not. I'm going to predict the Astros.
Okay. So you're thinking it's going to be an Astros.
I'm going to go Yankees.
I know they look so good.
I mean, how do you? I kind of hope the Rays can win. I think I do hope the Rays can win. I just don't know how you bet against the Yankees right now.
Oh, Dan, we should do MVPs too.
Of the individual series.
Or wait, do they do that?
They don't.
We're just in the division series.
Yeah, it's the first round still.
Okay.
First round.
So we'll talk about championship series MVPs next episode, which we'll record that this weekend. So we're a little bit in front of the game for once.
Yeah, that won't be a problem this weekend.
I think I agree with you on the Yankees. I think I would prefer the Rays to advance, but the Yankees seem to be hot.
So Yankees, Astros.
Also, we didn't talk about Bieber.
Does he have a new song?
No, Dan. But I guess you can never say never now after.
You're the best.
After Shane Bieber had the best year of any pitcher. I think he only gave up 7 runs all season long, or 6 maybe, something crazy.
No, that can't be right. No, he did. That's not right. Okay. While Holt looks this up, what he was getting at is against the Yankees lineup. Shane Bieber had his worst game ever as a professional baseball player. He gave up 7 earned runs, right, Holt?
Yeah.
And what did he end up going? 4 or 5 innings?
4, I think.
4, yeah.
I mean, it was bad.
And you really do hate to see. I mean, if he was going to get beat, that's one thing. But man, to just implode like that is really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, almost certainly the Cy Young winner.
He'll win the Cy Young.
And potential MVP.
Definitely had some serious PTSD with that, with some of the playoff outings that I've had in my life. Yeah, okay, you're right. He gave up 14 runs this year. Yeah. So he did give up half.
Right.
Surely this isn't factoring. I'm on Baseball Reference. Surely this isn't factoring in that playoff game, right?
No.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that to me. 1.63 ERA going into that game.
And it's postseason ERA, and that's like what?
48.
15, 16, something like that.
Yeah. Brutal. Hard not to feel bad for that guy, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving to the National League, Dan, who do you have in the Marlins Braves series?
I'm going to go just total heart over mind here, and I'm going to go Marlins, man.
I like it. I
want it to happen.
I'm going to join you.
All right.
I'm going to go Marlins as well. I think they've got the advantage in games 1 and 2. And then all of a sudden you just got to win one more game.
Yeah.
I also feel like I just don't know enough about the Braves pitching staff. I think I could almost recite their starting 9 to you, but I just don't know enough about their pitching staff. Obviously.
Yeah, it's not a great staff right now, honestly.
Yeah. The guy that pitched.
Max Fried pitched well in the wild card series.
That was another thing we didn't talk about. Wild card series had some insane pitching performances, all-time pitching performances.
That's true.
Trevor Bauer became the first ever, I think, to strike out 12 while not walking anyone in a playoff game.
Really?
Yeah. And then the very same night, Clayton Kershaw struck out 13 and had no walks in the 7th, and then he gave up a walk, and then he immediately picked the guy off first. But
I like it when they do that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was just kind of funny because it was Bauer broke this record, and then it looked like Clayton was going to do it.
Kershaw was chasing it.
And then he walked a guy. But then he picked him off, so it's like he was never even there. So they're going to give him the record. Anyway, and then freaking Garrett Cole struck out 13 guys.
Yeah.
But I don't think the walk thing was in play for his start at all. So we've seen some cool pitching performances, which is always fun. I just love a good pitching performance.
I mean, a postseason pitching performance. Yeah, man, there's just nothing.
Exactly. That game 1 of the Braves Red series was unreal. It was like 0-0 in the 13th or something crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Bauer had some interesting words. Dan, you shared that text with me.
No, the issue is that he had no interesting words.
He is correct. Is that what you're saying?
No. Okay, so in his post-game press conference, he said, like, the thing that got the headlines is like, well, you can't blame the pitchers. So he was sort of throwing his teammates under the bus there, right?
Yeah.
And it's true. If they could have scored a single run in a regulation game, they would have won.
Right.
But the whole press conference is like appalling when you consider what this guy like views himself as. It was like uninteresting and like, and I don't know, I guess he just lost a tough game, but I don't want to give this guy a break at all. Like, yeah, just he wasn't mad or I don't know. It was such a bizarre thing. And he's wearing the t-shirt about get his YouTube channel to 500,000 subscribers or whatever.
Right.
Just the whole thing to me, I just hate it. I'm totally out on him.
Still torn on him.
He's so bad.
Do you think he'll get $30 million next year?
Yeah, probably.
Do you think that the Dodgers could go Bueller, Kershaw, Bauer? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Braves Twitter wanting him.
Did you see him and Acuna go back and forth?
Yeah,
that was funny and weird. All right, so that leaves the Padres and the Dodgers. Who you got?
I got the Dodgers.
Nice. Same. Same. I'm really.
I mean, I think you're right. It would have been great if this could have been the championship series. Just didn't work out this year. Yeah, I mean the Dodgers. I mean, and I truly hope the Dodgers are able to perform to their potential for 3 more series.
Me too, man. Me too.
Before we wrap up, I would be remiss if we didn't take just a moment for a little half mental tip of the cap to all-time great Bob Gibson.
Absolutely, Bob Gibson. Wish I had a hat nearby.
The Cardinal Nation also lost Lou Brock this year, and has in just the last handful of years lost Red Shane Deast and Stan Musial. And so I think I have not looked into this as closely as I should have since I'm about to say it, but I think all the Cardinal greats that I never watched play have died. Does that make sense? Like, all the guys that like my dad would tell me about, but I never saw, have died. Yeah. Like Ozzie Smith now, I think, is our oldest great Cardinal.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a weird way to put it. But
he's not that old.
Yeah.
And I could be missing somebody, but I really don't think I am. I mean, it's like Ozzie and Albert Pujols now.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, Bob Gibson, that was a big one.
Some of his stuff is just crazy. Potentially the greatest all-around athlete of all time. He got signed by the Harlem Globetrotters back when that was like a big deal.
Right.
And he had he had another sport that now I forgot it. There was another sport that he was.
I just remember when like when Clayton was putting up like video game numbers like 2014 through 2017,
Yeah.
He would have
only guy.
He would have such an insane game, or like he'd have a crazy stretch where he like, he's pitched 4 shutouts in a row with 15 plus strikeouts. The only other guy that's done that is Bob Gibson, like every time.
Yeah.
And that's when like Bob Gibson sort of was put. I mean, I obviously was familiar with the name, but that's when he was put on my radar of like just how good he was.
He pitched in 9 World Series games and threw 81 innings.
Dang.
But only had 8 complete games because one of them was a 10-inning complete game. And then another game he got taken out in the 8th inning.
Whoa.
And I believe he had 2 home runs in those World Series games too, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool. Good call.
Anything else?
No, should be a fun week of baseball.
I think you're really looking forward to it.
I'm so stressed out already. But I've arranged I'm going to show everyone my setup. Dan, if you'd like to join me one night this week, you're more than welcome, as always. The games won't be as late as usual.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys have a little bit more reasonable schedule.
I put together this little setup in my backyard for outdoor viewing.
Looks lovely.
Thank you.
Maybe I will. We'll talk.
Cool. All right. Well, cheers. Tank.
Cheers. Yeah, I don't have a cup.
Me either. Well, I do, but it's like this giant stainless steel thing. Tank. Happy second round.
Yeah.
First round. Second round.
Second round.
Yeah. All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.